80 Most Important Brief Questions of 19th Century Novel. 80 Most Important Brief Questions of 19th Century Novel. What is Netherfield Park? ANS, the name of the estate Bingley has rented is Netherfield Park. What is Prince? ANS, Prince is the name of the old horse belonged to the Durbeyfield family. Who is Sorrow? ANS, Sorrow is Tess's son Alec d'Urberville. What two cities mentioned in A Tale of Two Cities? The two cities are mentioned in A Tale of Cities are London and Paris. Who are the two persons who look alike in A Tale of Two Cities? ANS, Carton and Darnay. How many years did Jane Eyre pass at Lowood School? ANS, Jane passed 8 years at London School. Who represents Pride and Prejudice? ANS, Darcy. How many Jane extinguish the fire? ANS, she brings a basin of water and tries to extinguish the fire by throwing the water over him. What kind of lady was Mrs. Reed? ANS, Mrs. Reed is a cruel woman. What is the name of Tess Village? ANS, the name of Tess Village is Marlet. How did Tess die? ANS, she was hanged as a punishment for murder. Who is Sidney Carton? ANS, Sidney Carton is an assistant of Streever. Who is Charlotte Lucas? ANS, Charlotte Lucas is the eldest daughter in the Lucas family. How many sisters are there in Darcy family? ANS, 1 sister. In which school did Jane receive her education? ANS, in Lowood School. Where does Tess fail on Loves with Angel? ANS, Tess fails on Loves with Angel at the Talbothays Dairy. What is the Red Room in Jane Eyre? ANS, the Red Room is the frightening chamber in which Mr. Reed died. How many daughters did the Bennet family have? ANS, Mr. and Mrs. Bennet had 5 daughters. What kind of novel is A Tale Two Cities? ANS, historical novel. What happened in Paris on July 14, 1789? ANS, on July 14, 1789, the revolutionaries attacked the Bastille. Why did Tess murder Alec? ANS, as Alec has deceived her and torn her life to pieces, she killed him. What is the name of Darcy's estate? ANS, Pemberley. Why was Tess hanged to death? ANS, Tess was hanged to death for murdering Alec. What is Saint Antone? ANS, it is the suburb of Paris where the Defarges live. Its residents are extremely poor. How many years did Jane Eyre pass at Lowood School? ANS, 8 years. Who is the protagonist of Pride and Prejudice? ANS, Elizabeth Bennet. What is entailment? ANS, entailment is a legal term that means a property is bequeathed to a given person, in this case, a male heir. What is tribunal? ANS, it is the court that hears the cases of prisoners. It was very corrupt as most trials are shams. What is bedlam? ANS, it is a notorious asylum. Who is Céline Farrens? ANS, Céline Farrens is a French opera dancer. What does the cross in hand signify? ANS, it is an object of oil omen. What is Pilot? ANS, Pilot is Mr. Rochester's faithful dog. Write the first line of the novel Pride and Prejudice. ANS, it is a truth universal acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. Name of the daughters of the Bennet family. ANS, there are 5 daughters. They are Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, Catherine and Lydia. Why does Miss Bingley get jealous? ANS, she gets jealous because Darcy is interested in Elizabeth and ignores her. Who is Helen Burns? ANS, Helen Burns is Jane's close friend at the Lowood School. Who are the two persons who look alike in A Tale of Two Cities? ANS, Sidney Carton and Charles Darnay. What is guillotine? ANS, the guillotine is the violent revolutionary's executional method of choice. It is used in many unjust executions and lionized by the bloodthirsty revolutionaries as a national treasure. What is the subtitle of Tess of the D'Urbervilles? ANS, a pure woman. What is the Red Room in Jane Eyre? ANS, it is cold, quiet and lonely. What was the slogan of the French Revolution? ANS, slogan of the French Revolution was liberty, equality, fraternity, or death. What is the relationship between Tess and Sorrow? ANS, Tess,